So the first topic was digital footprint. What is it, Mohammed Irfan? Mohammed Irfan, what is digital footprint? Mohammed Irfan, are you there? Okay. Meenakshi, what is digital footprint?
Ma'am, it is a data created while using internet.
What is the use of it? What is it?
Ma'am, when we use the internet, we provide certain information to the web in computer, internet, so that is stored.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Browsing history, search
Uh,
history.
that is digital footprint. What is digital property? Sorry, intellectual property. What is intellectual property? Sana, Sana, hello, Sana. What is intellectual property? Wonderful. Sharath, what is intellectual property? Don't tell me excuse that I was not there in the class. Sharath, what can be intellectual property? Suppose you have written a poem. Who wrote this? You wrote it. Whose property it is? Your property. You thought and you have written something, isn't it? Your property using your intellectual skills. Whatever you're doing is called intellectual property. Understood? Sharath. Okay. Pavitra. What are the two types of intellectual properties?
Plagiarism.
Ah, no, no, no. Two types. What are the two types of properties? What is that, right? Taught you, right? Mithul.
Industrial property,
Yes, very good.
cop-
Industrial
cop-
property. Then,
copyright.
then
Only
the
two
next
types.
property is next property, industrial property, and next property is when somebody is doing some artistic talents. That is a different kind of property. Okay. Mohammed Irfan, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Respond, otherwise I will remove you. Okay. So next thing is plagiarism. What is it, Mohammed Irfan? Plagiarism. If you know, you say yes. Otherwise, you say no.
Ma'am, I don't know.
So next class, Mohammed Irfan, you have to take the plagiarism. The first question I asked is, what is footprint?
Ma'am, credit for others
Mm.
who publish it.
You're reading from something else and your answer is not clear. Your
Ma'am,
answer is
giving
not
others some
credible.
credit.
Giving others credit of it. Wrong.
No, credit after copying some like others' work.
Copying some others. Only 50% is correct. But that is, you need to take, Mohammed Irfan, by turning on your video, you need to take in this plagiarism and the first question that I asked you. Okay. Meghna, What is plagiarism?
It means that not giving the author their credit for their work.
Okay, you missed a very important word, that is not giving. Not giving. Somebody created something and you're copying and you're utilizing it. You're cheating the other people. That is called plagiarism. Okay? Like we download the movies illegally. Even the copyright issues are there. We are copying it illegally. That's called plagiarism. Now, there are two types of plagiarisms. One is accidental, unintentional, and second one is deliberate or intentional plagiarism. Like you write for the examination, say for example, not everyone. You will search something from some place and you add your own words into it so that it won't look like some copy. Even everyone use that kind of, that is like accident. You can't say it as a deliberate. Careless paraphrasing, changing the words or sentence construction of a copy document or quoted text. Somebody quoted some text, you are changing it slightly and you're using your own words and you're making it yours. That is called an accidental plagiarism. Cases are less serious. It's not that much serious. You're not stealing somebody's gold. It's very silly things when you're changing some text and all. That's accidental or unintentional plagiarism. The next one is the serious one, deliberate or intentional plagiarism. So we know that the different tunes, music composing is being done, and many of the music directors are copying music, the tunes from other different other kind of languages. So they'll file a case against the music composers if they try to copy their work. So that is a deliberate or intentional plagiarism, includes copying someone else's work, cutting and passing blocks of text or any kind of information from electronic sources without the permission of the original author. And deliberate plagiarism that may result in serious implications. Sometimes you may get imprisonment. The person will get imprisonment or a fine of some dollars, some $1 million. So it may result in serious implications. The next topic is how to avoid plagiarism. How to avoid whatever you know, you write for your examination. That has used your own ideas and words. So nothing will happen to you. It's very simple, honest. Always provide a reference. If you are copying something from some place, just give the credit. When you are uploading some YouTube videos or if you are using some music which is created by someone else, what do you have to do? You have to write in the description credits. Credits, original song is from this, thought see, something you need to write. Always provide a reference or give credit to the source from where you have received information. Cite the name of the website, a URL, or the name of authors and acknowledge them if you have used their ideas. So I used to tell in my classes, many of my slides are taken from one person called Vinod Khanna, who's a PGT teacher. So I used to tell the information is taken from. So I'm giving the credit to him because it's been the original material is created by that person. So you have to acknowledge them if you have used their ideas. Nevin finished writing? Really? Show me. What is the power of your glass, Amalraj? What is the power?
Man, just anti-glare glass.
No power.
No, ma'am.
No power. Simply a reading glass it is.
For anti-glare, not to get
Ah,
light from it.
anti-glare. Okay, okay. Anti-glare glass. Okay. Time up, girls. I'm changing the slide. Now take the information in the form of bulleted notes in your words. So even if you are taking something from someone's quoted text, what do you need to do? You get the information, take the information in the form of bulleted notes, not copy the entire thing. I know you're all experts in that, but still a bulleted notes in your words, in your own words, you need to write. Use online tools to check for plagiarism. So there are certain online tools where you can check whether this particular document will be coming under the category plagiarism if I copy that. Then the most and the last important thing is develop your writing skills. No other option. Develop your writing skills. In the case of examination, you study properly. Then there won't be any case of plagiarism. The next topic is licensing and copyright. When you studied MySQL, when I did the introduction of MySQL, I told you MySQL is dash kind of software. What kind of software MySQL is or Python is? What kind of software word is there? An adjective to describe that Python software, MySQL software. Anybody knows?
Free software.
Yes, it is free software, or you can say it's not free. Free software is something different. We will call it as open source software. Open source software, that is a software licensing. What about Microsoft products? Microsoft products are called as proprietary softwares. It is not free. Some softwares are that we can freely download and you can use it. That is a different kind of software. Open source software is a different kind of software. So we'll be studying about the software licensing in this particular topic. What is a software license? A software license is a legal permission or right to use and redistribution of that software. Okay. You can use it, and whether you whether you are able to redistribute it. Redistribute means you are copying and giving to some other people to use it. That's called redistribution. Or you can change the work, you can edit on that work which has been done by some other companies. So it's called redistribution. The software can run on a certain number of computers as per license agreement. So antivirus software, say for example, which is Kaspersky, you need to pay 800 rupees per year to use it. So the software can run on a certain number of computers as per license agreement. When you take what is that called, Prime Video license. So how many people can use simultaneously? Sharat? Huh? I can't hear anything. 7. Same account, one account can be used by 7 computers. The same way, the software can run on a certain number of computers as per license agreement. So, and the software license usually answers questions such as, can you copy, modify, or redistribute it? So the name of the software will give you the answers for this. Where and how many times can you install the software? Just think about Prime, Amazon Prime. Can you look at the underlying source code? That is what Python and MySQL is. We can see the source code. By the way, what is the source code, Andrew? Yes or no? Do you know?
No, ma'am.
Anybody knows what is the source code? Source code. No idea. I'll show you what is the source code is. This is Google. Okay. You are seeing now the picture like G in blue color, O in red color, O in yellow color, G in blue color, green color, red color. Isn't it? How it is being written? How the programmers, there are certain programmers in the Google company to do the programming of this. What is the code? How it is being written? Any idea? So right click, view page source. You can see the code, HTML codings here. This is called a source code. See, these many codings are written in order to show that particular view, show that particular display in that Google Chrome. The Google. Okay, so this is called the source code. Whenever you download some app, will you be able to see the source code, how it is developed? Or when you play some games, will you be able to see how the particular game is developed? No, right? Actually, whatever you're writing in your Python program, it's a source code. You're writing the source code of the program. When you execute it, that particular place is your application interface. Or here you can say, when you take facebook.com, you will get a sign in button. Sign in, and sign in button will be there, and text field, enter your user ID and password will be there. So that is called your interface. Interface, where the user is interacting with, entering the information. But what is happening behind? There are certain codes which is written in different languages. That is why we used to say Instagram's main component is Python program. So that is called a source code. Hope you understood what is a source code. Understood, Nevin? What is a source code?
Yes, ma'am.
How the software is developed, using which language, which programming language the software is being developed. That is called source code. So in many products like Microsoft product, or we install Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you are not able to see the source code. You're just using it. You're executing it actually. When you double tap it, you're using the features, but you won't be able to see the source code of that. So if source code is available, like in MySQL, if you go to MySQL site, you can see the source code, how it is developed. When you go to the Python site, you can see the source code of Python. So that is why Python and MySQL is called as open source software. So the license is open source. Now let's see, continue. Okay. The software licenses are in this way. One is proprietary licenses, free and open source, copyright licenses, permissive licenses.
Ma'am,
The first one, software licenses. That is the main heading. Oh, screen sharing is paused. Okay. Software licenses. That is the heading. Elvina Anthony, turn on your video. Next one is copy free and open source licenses, copy left license, then permissive licenses. Write down. The first one is proprietary licenses. So there are there are two division mainly. The first one is proprietary, then free and open source. There itself, again, two divisions. One is copyleft and permissive licenses. So let's see about proprietary. Proprietary means it's not free. That's the main thing. Only the company or the person who created it has the freedom to redistribute, and it is paid softwares. Paid softwares are called as proprietary softwares, and that is proprietary licenses. Exclusive rights in the software are retained with the owner, our developer or publisher. So you can write proprietary license. You can say that it is neither open nor free. Source code is not open, or it is not freely downloadable. You need to pay for it from the developer or publisher. Clear? Now comes free and open source. Free and open source means it's not cost free. It is called as freedom. Free means freedom. Okay, freedom to do something is called free here. So free and open source software means that users can safely run, adapt, and redistribute without legal constraint, and which emphasizes freedom. Freedom to run, freedom to adapt, freedom to redistribute. And O's. This is force. So is this O's? What is O's? O's is source code is publicly available under general public licenses. Source code is available. That is the main point. Source code is available. See, what can be copy left, copyright, and the next word is copy left. Copy left means it's coming under free and open source licenses. It is somewhat similar to free and open source. When you modify it, the main origin copyright should be maintained. You can modify it. Now it won't become your product. Copyright should be given to whom? The originator, the developer, but you can modify it. That is something called copy left. Okay, so the next page. Okay, this more that we'll see later. Copy left means source code is provided for the user to edit, but distribution and modification of the source code is permitted, but under certain circumstances you can't make it as your product, but source code is available. You can edit it, but in the case of free open source software you can freely edit it. That is okay. You can redistribute it. Or you can write another definition as Wikipedia is one of the best example of a copyleft software. Usually it's been updated, right? So you are updating there, or you can say it as Google Maps So you will edit it, isn't it? So you can do something on that software, but the licensing is whose? As Wikipedia's only. The editing can be done. So Wikipedia is a copyleft, has having a copyleft license. It's not copyright license. Then permissive licenses provide a loyalty-free license to the virtually anything with the source code. So what is the difference? They permit copying, modifying, merging, publishing, distributing, sub-license or selling, but distribution can only be made without the source code. You can do the editing, but when you distribute it, don't give the source code. Permission is there, but with some control, controlled permission. And what about force? See, here force. You can redistribute, you can modify, you can copy, you can study, and allow copyrights to other users. You can make it as your own copyright. Allow copyrights to other users. That is force. So that is force means free and open source software. You can do everything. No restrictions. Permissive license, again, you can do modifications, but when you redistribute it, when you share it, you should not share the source code. And copyleft license means source code is provided, but the source code modification will be under the developer's website, developer's platform itself. So you can't make it as yours. That is copyleft license. Okay. Now we can study about copyright. That also you studied. What is a copyright? What is a copyright? Copyright means the persons. In order to protect the authors of documentation of software from unauthorized copying, isn't it? Unauthorized copying and redistribution is not allowed in the case of copyright. If you take a copyright, then it protects the authors of documentation. from unauthorized copying or selling of their work. That is called copyright. This page is over. Copyleft and copyright. I mean, permissive licenses. Is it over, Ashish Benny? Don't worry, it is there in your WhatsApp group. Copyright. Copyright means it's a form of protection given to the authors of original work of authorship. The rest we will see in the next class. So just write down the definition of copyright. It is a form of protection given to the authors of original works of authorship. That is the definition of copyright. Sharif is here. Vanished. Mohammed Irfan. Are you there? Mohammed Irfan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me what are the different types of software licenses?
Uh,
Vowels.
copy,
Ah.
copyleft license. Only that it.
You are
Hello,
increasing the, you are on topics. That's on.
Proprietary license, permissive license.
Okay. Narrow escape. Nevin. What is O's?
Copyleft license. Permissive license.
My question is different. What is OS? OSS.
Open source software.
Open source software. What is the specialty?
It helps us to edit the software coding.
Source code is available, but may or may not be free of cost in the case of O's. Then what is force, Sharat? Force. Full form?
Open source.
Force. Force. Sharat, last year you did many seminars, right?
Is it OS?
But this year also he wants to do lots of seminars.
Ma'am, is it OS?
What is the full form of F?
Don't know, ma'am.
Very good, very good. I will send you a message which topic you need to take. Okay, FOSS is free open source software. Free open source software. Then we have copyleft and copyright and permissive softwares. So that's all for today. And we'll see in the coming class. So Mohammed Irfan, don't forget. Sharaf Tanil, I will send you. You also should not forget. Okay.
What?
to take the next class starting. It will be your explanation related to the topics that I have given you before. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.